Hi and welcome back. Today I wanted to touch on a slightly different topic to what I normally discuss. I want to chat all about confidence and some of the things that I do, both from a styling perspective and also some of the more self-care components that I integrate into my daily life that give me that little boost of confidence that I sometimes feel like I really need. I'm thrilled to share that I'm partnering with Linjer on this video ahead of Mother's Day, which here in Australia is on the 8th of May. It's coming up very, very soon, to really celebrate the resilience and the strength of mothers all around the world, if you are one, or even just celebrating your own parents. It's really nice actually. The founder Jen and I, we were both pregnant with our first child at the same time, so it was lovely actually being able to have that bond not only through the pregnancy but also afterwards as you go through many of those milestones for the first time, and also all of the struggles, challenges and also blessings that becoming a parent for the first time bring. So to celebrate mothers across the world, Linjer have given me a very special discount code so that you can get 25% off your order. The code is Jamie, and I'm going to put it on screen here and also have a link plus the discount code details down in the description box below. So that's 25% off all jewelry. A really beautiful opportunity to either treat your mum or mother figure in your life, or perhaps to treat yourself, whether or not you are a mum, because we all are very hardworking and deserve to be spoiled every now and then. Personally, I am looking forward to a bit of a sleep in on Mother's Day for sure. So I'm generally up at Sparrows with our boy. I do want to talk a little bit about Linjer before I share with you the things that I do that make me feel really confident in myself. So if you aren't familiar with the brand, Linjer produce really beautiful jewelry, which I'm wearing right now, along with some gorgeous leather goods as well, which was how I first got introduced to the brand. I was so drawn to their core values, which really aligned with my own, which is to design and create timeless, well-made, essential pieces that aren't going to date, that aren't going to go out of style, and that you're going to be able to wear for years and years to come. And this really does ring true with their jewelry, which all of the pieces that I'm wearing today, and I will share some of my favorites later on in the video, I've had for a long time, and you will have seen me talk about them and share them repeatedly in my week in outfits videos and just in general whenever I'm putting together a look. So I love the fact that they use sustainable materials. So their jewelry is made with recycled gold and sterling silver, which I think is really, really cool. And it's great to see those metals being repurposed into something new. All of the precious metals that they use come from suppliers who have been certified by the Responsible Jewelry Council. And their gold vermeil is up to 100 times thicker than other market brands, which often have brass plating underneath, and they don't use any brass plating. So any of the gold vermeil pieces that you might purchase are actually with a sterling silver base. A couple of their other sustainability initiatives are that they offset the carbon emissions for every single purchase, and they also use recyclable packaging as well, which I think is great, particularly if you decide that you don't want to keep the packaging once you've made your order. The other thing that I really like about the brand is how accessible and affordable their jewelry is as well. They cut out the middleman, which means that they can pass on those savings to you. So even their diamond pieces, which are made with lab-grown diamonds, which I just think is the coolest thing ever. I've got a couple of them on my finger right now, which I adore. They are really reasonably priced, and I think a nice way if you want to add a little bit of glitz and brilliance and sparkle to your outfit. So as mentioned, I do have that 25% off discount code, which is Jamie. All you have to do is type that in at checkout, and I will have that link so you can go and shop my top picks down below. So I want to dive right in, and for me the most obvious place to start is with what we are wearing. And for me, the first thing that I do that gives me a lot of confidence, or will give me a boost of confidence, is to dress in an outfit that feels uniquely me. This doesn't necessarily need to be the most flattering outfit. I think often we confuse what is going to be flattering with what we actually feel great in, and they are completely separate things. You could be wearing something that is traditionally or conventionally flattering, but you don't feel good in it. So I think that pushing that to the side and wearing an outfit that actually expresses who you are as an individual is something that will have a lot more value and also just give you that confidence boost. It really is an outward expression of who we are, not only our lifestyle but our personality. And I think when you're wearing something that you feel good in, people will notice. It will have an effect on the way that you stand, your posture, you know, also the way that you talk. There is this theory called enclothed cognition, which is all about how the clothing that we wear influences the way that we think and act in a specific setting, and it can be a real confidence booster, or it can really do the opposite and sap your confidence. In one study, they found that giving a number of participants a white lab coat and telling them that it was a doctor's coat really boosted sharpness and cognition. But the moment they gave that same coat to other participants and told them that it was a painter's jacket, they found that there was no boost to their cognition at all. I feel in some ways it's almost a little bit like putting on a costume, but you can really see that there are a lot of social references here that come into play. And the psychology around it to me is very, very fascinating. But personally, I will say if I put on an outfit that I don't feel that great in, I don't like the combination, I don't like the proportions, I feel like it isn't a reflection of what I actually want to be wearing, I feel off, I don't feel myself. And I think that that is reflected in the way that I act, the way that I move my body, and the way that I actually even interact with other people as well. And I think it would explain why I've always felt that I would prefer to be overdressed than underdressed. So dress in outfits that feel uniquely you. That is my first point for really being a huge confidence booster. I have done a whole lot of videos on finding personal style, so I will link some of those playlists perhaps down in the description box below as well if you are at the very beginning of your journey and you need a little bit of guidance to sort of drive you in the right direction. So to follow on from that, as a complimentary point, having a style uniform, or at least knowing the power players in your wardrobe, I think can be really beneficial to boosting your confidence. So having outfits that you can rely on, that you know will make you feel powerful, that will make you feel like you can just take on the world, those are things that you can pull out on days when you just need that little extra boost. Even if it's a particular jacket or a pair of shoes or even a handbag, it doesn't necessarily have to be a full outfit in itself. It could be just one key piece, and being able to identify those and then integrate them into your look or into your week when you need that little boost can be a real game changer when it comes to a confidence boost. My third point is to add some sparkle. And I find that when I'm not wearing any jewelry at all, when I've got zero adornment on my body, I just feel a little bit lackluster. I love having that little bit of sparkle, that little bit of shininess, something special. It is something that maybe only I notice, but it does just really help to elevate and lift my mood, lift my confidence levels, and make my outfit feel a bit more special, considering that I tend to lean towards slightly more minimal outfits. So having that adornment on my fingers, which is definitely, I would say, place on my body that I really, really like to kind of go overboard, or even just having a pretty pair of earrings on is kind of a must for me. And I thought that this is actually a great opportunity to share some of my favorites from Linjer. So a pair of earrings that I know I can always put on and feel really good regardless of the situation are the Mathilde earrings, which I have on right now. These have this beautiful organic shaped hoop at the top with the pearl drop, and I actually also really love, and I'll show you what these look like on, the Serendipity earrings as well. So these ones also have a little bit of a drop, and I have them in the dusty coral color. And I love these in particular because they add just a nice little bit of additional color around my face. They frame my face really nicely because they're not too large or oversized, and they are just a really, really beautiful piece. And again, they have held up so well. From a rings perspective, I absolutely adore their lab grown diamond collection. So I have a couple of those rings on my index finger here on my left left hand. So I'm wearing the Ilse ring Luxe, and then I also have the Miriam diamond ring. In between I have stacked the Tonje ring in the sterling silver, and then on my other hand I have a couple of my other favorites. So we've got the Don't Look Back ring in the Baltic blue, which is just so beautiful and a really nice one as you kind of go into autumn winter. I also have on the Aurora ring, which is in the white topaz, and then on my right ring finger I am wearing the Edith ring, which is also in the white topaz. These rings do actually come in a few other colors, but I find, especially if I'm wearing sort of one color on my fingers, then I want to keep everything else a little bit more simple. Again, necklaces as well, really beautiful way to sort of frame your neckline, and I do have on the Baroque pearl necklace, which is beautiful, and it has actually a few different settings so you can adjust the length to suit your outfit. And then I've layered that with the Leknes necklace, which is this lovely fine twisted Singaporean style chain necklace, which again has been one of my favorites over the years. So again, if you do decide to purchase anything from Linjer, the code is Jamie for 25% off your order. And I might sort of list some of my other favorites down below. But yeah, I just find having that jewelry on, that little bit of sparkle, is a real mood booster for me. It's a confidence booster. Even just wearing my wedding and engagement rings, to me that's really special. For those of you who don't know, my engagement ring and also my wedding band and my husband's wedding band, they are made from the gold that, and also the diamonds from my mum's engagement ring from when she married my dad, and also his wedding band. So that's really, really special. And for me, it's a way that I continue to feel connected to my mother, who passed away 7 years ago now. And I think that might be one of the reasons why I am so fond of and love and appreciate jewelry, because there are certain pieces that she wore every single day, and when I put those on, they do make me feel more connected to her despite the fact that she's no longer with us. So yeah, that is my third point. The next thing that I do is to highlight my favorite features. So for you, this could be something as subtle as exposing a little bit of clavicle in a really sort of modest way. Perhaps that's one of your favorite features that you want to highlight. It could be wearing items that really accentuate your waist and show that off, or it could be beauty related, so highlighting features on your face that you really, really like. So for me, something that I really like about my face are my large eyes and also my rather prominent cheekbones. So there's something that I personally like to highlight whenever I am putting on any complexion products. One thing that I've really put a focus on actually over the last 6 months, and it's definitely changed the way that I look at makeup and apply makeup to my face, is to work on my skin. I was getting a lot of dermatitis around here, which I never really felt very good about, and it made me lose the confidence to go out barefaced. Since I've put a focus on that, I now actually feel so confident just going out with a bare face, not even any eye makeup actually, and I'm loving that feeling. I can have my jewelry on, I can have painted my nails, I can have an outfit that I feel really good in, my hair is done nicely, and I feel great despite the fact that I don't have a single bit of makeup on. So the brand that I have been using, which has been a bit of a game changer for me, is Dermavigils, which I will link down below to a video where I share the actual routine that I'm doing at the moment. But also I found that the Aven Sickle Fate Restorative Protective Cream has been a great product to have in my routine as well. This was recommended to me, and so glad to have that, because what it's done is it's reduced and essentially actually removed any trace of redness that I had around here, which was really causing me to feel a lack of confidence in the way that my skin looked, and I felt like I needed to cover it up. So instead now, when I apply my makeup, I continue to do my winged eyeliner, which always I feel frames my face really nicely and just makes my eyes look even larger than they are, and also highlight those cheekbones, whether it's with a really beautiful blush. I personally really like the Glossier Cloud Paints, and even putting a little bit of highlight as well so that catches the light. So that's something I really like to do. Even something as simple as pulling your hair back into a neat, tidy bun can be a real confidence booster and be something that projects a powerful sort of nature to it, which I think is something that you often associate with confident. And my next point is around shopping, and it is to go shopping alone when you are adding anything new to your wardrobe. Because again, and I just want to emphasize, I do think that what we wear and how we dress and put together our outfits really does play a large role in how we outwardly project confidence to others. So being able to go to the shops and without any outside influence, select items that make you feel really good as opposed to what others are saying is maybe conventionally or traditionally flattering, will be a huge game changer and allow you to really lean into your personal style and lean into those items that are going to make you feel great and give you that little boost that you might need. The next one's a bit of a no-brainer, and that is to maintain good posture. When you stand with your back straight, your shoulders pulled back, your neck high and tall, I think that really does exude and project confidence. And sometimes you might need to fake it till you make it, or maybe you just slouch. I slouch quite a lot. It's a really bad habit that I've had since I was a teen. I've got low back issues, but that's a whole other thing. But working on and keeping it in the back of your mind, your posture, that will really, again, also change the way that others see you and the way that you project yourself to them. My next one is around visualization, and I find this a really useful tool, not only in achieving goals, but also in feeling confident, because I find that when you visualize and continue to visualize and visualize a certain scenario or a certain situation, your mind is sort of tricked into believing that that is reality, that that is the actuality. And when it comes to being in that situation, your entire perspective, it sort of has a little bit of a shift. So just say you're someone who has always felt that they're not very confident at public speaking. If you visualize that you are a good public speaker and you continue to sort of repeat a mantra back to yourself that you are a good public speaker or that you're going to completely nail it, you know, perhaps having a few affirmations that you can repeat back to yourself, when you are in that setting, you'll find that you feel more confident and you feel like you can take on that challenge. And the more and more that you do it, the more that you challenge yourself and you visualize yourself taking control of the situation and really succeeding and making it through, the more that you'll be able to achieve it and you'll have that natural confidence shining through. Now my final point is around having a routine. So something that you do either daily, weekly or monthly that is very self-indulgent and has a real self-care element to it. Something that will make you feel special, make you feel really good about yourself. So it could be as simple as taking a really long bath once a week, or maybe it's that you go and treat yourself to a massage, which just really relaxes you, calms you, brings you focus, and is something that kind of sets you up for the week ahead, the month ahead, however regularly that you do it. Could be something as simple as reading, going for a walk, maybe really taking time with your skincare routine and focusing on nourishing your body in some sort of way, maybe some beautiful bath oils, sort of things like that that are indulgent, I think can really actually contribute to the way that we feel about ourselves, and in turn how confident we feel when we are around others or just, you know, out there doing our thing in the world. So that was kind of the last one that I wanted to share, and those are the things that I personally do that make me feel a lot more confident. So those are the things that I do which I find really kind of give me that confidence that sometimes I feel like I'm lacking or that I'm craving in my day. Especially if I have something going on at work that is maybe making me feel a little bit nervous and I'm sort of not sure how I'm going to tackle it. By kind of taking that approach, that very holistic approach, it gives me the confidence boost that I need to really tackle it and tackle it with gusto. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Linjer for partnering with me on this one. Again, as I mentioned, use the code Jamie for 25% off your order. I will have that link down in the description box below, and I will see you all next time with a brand new video. See you very soon. Bye.